All right, Shalom. All honor, praise, and glory be to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemi Al Shah, Wahagadas Wakah, the Wadi Yahweh Shemi Al Shah, for the Holy Spirit. We ever come back and do the, quick lesson, quick watch, and hopefully something that could be edifying, exhorting, or admonishing to the flock, the sheep of Yahweh Shemi Al Shah, and double honors to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone of Israel, as well as all the, you hopefully elect the elders and apostles out here, true teachers and prophets, and those aiding in the ministry, slated to be saved from this destruction. All right. Uh, you Israelites, the elect and 1/3 of the Israelite race, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you know, that have repented and are hoping to be saved and waiting on the Heavenly Father to save us, in the name of His Son, Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah. So jumping straight into this, this is quick news, quick alert. You know, you got some brothers talking about this already, from what I've seen, but nonetheless, here I am, and this is the the mandates are starting to pick up. All right, the mandates are starting to pick up, and like I said, it's like a quick watch. Don't necessarily got to be a series. If it Lord hits me to turn this into something like that, because it's gonna be real quick. I will, but it pretty much just picking up on these mandates, and it says New York, NYC to require proof of juice, what's the word I want to say? Injection, for restaurants, juice injection for restaurants, gyms, theaters. Really? Let me start here. Salaki. I wasn't even supposed to start on that one, but it's all good. New York City will require vaccination proof, for indoor activities. See, so they're starting to require proof. Meaning what? This thing is gonna be mandated that you gotta have, that juice, proof of that juice, or you ain't gonna be able to do certain things indoor anymore. And that's getting into the whole draconian legislation time. That's the Drake, the beast. That's the lamb that spoke as a dragon. Due to these different laws that they're passing, the Senate, which goes into the House, the Senate, the whole Democratic Republican Party thing, which is those two horns, the red versus the blue states and all that, which is nothing more than all of Esau's desires split in two, but nonetheless, they're all still, of the same animal, the same person, the same desire, which is Esau, all right, that dragon, that beast, and that dragon going into Draco, that's what this is coming down to. These are the times we in, and that goes back to Rome, which is the fourth beast that had the womb and did live. They revitalized Rome, and that's the times we in, man. That like these people are really the Romans. These are the people that kill Yahweh Shah. They was making us pay taxes then. They making us pay taxes now. You know what I'm saying? And these people also were the Greeks, because Rome didn't do nothing. Rome was nothing more than the Democrats versus the Republicans, basically. A bunch of so-called white people, going against each other. All right. So this thing just don't disturb, just don't work on this phone. I understand. But anyway, that's what's going on. All right. So that's that. I'm gonna get a couple quick scriptures. And I'm gonna read this now. I'll get the scriptures. So it says New York City will require, a vaccination for proof for indoor activities. Mayor Bill de Blasio said the new plan will go into effect August 16th. All right. And the specific indoor activities are these: NYC to require. This is on the CNET. The NYC to require. They're the first state to require proof of COVID vaccination for restaurants, gyms, theaters. Now, nonetheless, soon as these things get the As soon as it rears its head, the Lord is going to shut it down. He's going to have these heathens go against each other. Everyone's not going to agree. They're not going to agree. That's why it's only NYC. You don't have America as a whole doing it. You know, it says so it's going to be indoor activities like restaurants, gyms, and theaters. The main place a lot of people spend their time at. Enforcement of the city's new policy will begin in mid September. This came out today. So things about to shut back down. People not going to be able to do things. A lot of people about to sell out. A lot of people's hands about to be forced. We're in an hour of temptation basically right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is all prelude once again to the mark of the beast. But it say New York will require proof of vaccination against the 19 for people taking part in indoor activities such as going to restaurants, gyms, and theaters. The new mandate. See, the new mandate, which was earlier reported by the New York Times, also applies to people who work at these locations. So there it is. It says Mayor Bill de Blasio announced the policy during a press conference Tuesday. Nothing that it's all, I guess that's supposed to say noting that it's all about vaccinations. See, that's what it's coming down to. And then that's heavy right there. He said, they said the program is being called the Key to NYC Pass. It will launch later in August, and enforcement will begin in mid-September. Both workers and customers will be required to have at least one dose of a COVID-19 juice for all indoor dining, fitness, entertainment, and performances, de Blasio said. So a lot of Jakes, you're going to lose your job because if these people the people that's coming, that's attending these locations, you're serving them. They're being served by somebody. So and if they got to get, have proof of juice injection, that, to be served, those serving them will have to have it as well, which goes into that, that pharmakia, all right, which is the use, what you can't have, what you can't, partake in to get the kingdom of heaven, so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians with Israelites. But that pharmakia, which is the use or a ministering, you see, a ministering of the pharmakia, which is that juice injection. You see that? Because you would basically be on the side of a ministering, so you can't do that, serving it out. And like all these places are standing for the juice injection, and all these people that work for these places will be standing for the juice injection. And then you're gonna have these people who use the juice injection. If you see people when this time comes, obviously this is in NYC right now, to where it's mandated now. You see people in those restaurants, they are using that pharmakia. You see people still working in these places, these gyms, these theaters. That mean they're ministering, they standing for it, basically, in a sense, right? Spiritually, But yeah, that's it. But this heavy right here, it says, he said, this is a miraculous place, literally full of wonders. And if you are vaccinated, all of that is going to open up to you. You'll have the key, de Blasio said. If you're unvaccinated, unfortunately, you will not be able to participate in many things. See that? And that's what it's going into. So let's go ahead and get this other one. This thing tripping, man. Somebody know how to work your do not disturb, let me know, because I don't. But anyway, I don't know why this thing doesn't work. So, August 16th, spiritual right there, spiritual number. It's a New York City will start requiring. See, so it's just two witnesses. So I ain't gonna go over. If you want to participate in our society fully, it's time to get. See, it's, these days. But hey, we already know it's gonna come. You know, but the main thing he said in this other one was what? Was that it's a miraculous place. Literally full of wonders. So let's go to the scripture real quick. I'm gonna wrap this up. This Revelation 13. I'm gonna start at 10. I'm actually start at 12. I'm gonna start at 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and so it had two horns like a lamb, so two horns on one thing. You know, it's trying to show some type of form of distinction, but they still both horns. Being that it's two, it's trying to show some type of look of individuality with it being two horns, but nonetheless, they're still both horns. And it says, and he had two horns like a lamb. So obviously, it's on something. It's on a particular animal, a particular beast of the field. You see what I'm saying? And that would be what? The system. The two horns would be uh, Republican, Democrat. You know what I'm saying? And individually, they look like they both stand for something uniquely individually, but nonetheless, they're both still parties. You see? And then they're actually on the same, which is what represent. Obviously the horn represents something, but specifically these parties, they represent and stand for certain things. They desire certain things to bring forth certain things, but it's still coming from the perspective of a party. You see, party perspectives. But anyway, it says like a lamb. So those horns are on the lamb being the system, the particular beast. You see what I'm saying? Of the field. And he spake, and it's really a man, so-called white man, Esau, and he spake as a dragon. So really, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's a dragon in sheep's clothing. It's a far out beast in sheep's clothing, right? And that's what the system. So it looked good. It looked like it's for the people, but really, they these people are tyrants. This system is bigger than people getting what they want, voting for what they want. It doesn't actually come down to you voting for what you want. You actually only voting for what they want. You only vote from the options they give you. Point being, Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. See? They decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they have prescribed. You didn't pick nothing. They wrote out certain things for you to pick from that's actually grievous. They wrote out certain things for you to pick from, which is grievous. So that's this whole system. That's what all these laws are not really in your favor. And you're going to start to see that more and more because they're going to actually get blunt. They're going to actually start showing that everything you thought you were picking was only what they wanted. And obviously, if that's the case, it's always only been what they wanted. It was just cloaked. It just looked a certain way. And now you're starting to outright see that in the form of this word mandate being pushed around. Mandate going into decree, law. You see? And it says to turn aside the needy from judgment. Because if it's a law, you got to do it. But what if it's wicked? And to take away the right from the poor of my people, in which they targeted us for this juice injection. And we work at most of these, these places. It says that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. So the Lord, He gonna pull up on them for that. All right. So I'm gonna just get some quick ones. Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? See, they frame in mischief by a law. We're not ignorant to Satan's devices. All right, so that's basically what that is coming down to. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump back here. You know, these people, the people you about to see. So as he said, if you want to participate fully in this society, you gotta have that proof. And this place is what he said. This place is full of, you see, miracles. This is a miraculous place, literally full of wonders. And if you're vaccinated, all of that is going to open up to you. You'll have the key. De Blasio said, if you're unvaccinated, unfortunately, you will not be able to participate in many things. Revelation 13:12. I'm going to start at 11 again. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. See? And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. They trying to bring back that that Greco-Roman mentality, spirit, man. And that's what they doing. And look, and he doeth great wonders. See that? So that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. That's mugs. This could run to next year, and then next year, they draw this thing out. You can't watch the fireworks. That was wonderful. You can't have a kiss with your wife under the fireworks this 4th of July. You lied. Unless you get that. And people see these things so wonderful. These are the so-called white man has brought his wonders, and people hooked on it to where he got people thinking he the most high. He literally telling people that this is a miraculous place, literally full of wonders. The Lord he did more miracles and wonders come from him. Ain't no wonders and miracles in this place. It says in Slakia. Man, because this thing tripping. Let me see, 13 and 13. Continue. He doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them. You see, that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. Those miracles is you going to what? See these dang 3D movies and etc. with the 3D grasses. You're not gonna be able to go. Those are his wonders and his miracles. You're not gonna be able to do any of these things. You're not gonna be able to go to Salt Bay's restaurant, hibachi, get your food cooked in front of you. You're not gonna be able to go sit on the massage couch at Platinum Fitness. You're not gonna be able to do none of these things. Take the spa, treatment at your, local gym or whatever it may be. That's what it means. That's what it's saying. Verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles. He gonna literally deceive you out of the kingdom. You so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. That's what they trying to do. They're trying to make us think this place is wonderful and miraculous. Which he's done it. He's done it to a lot of our people. He's gonna actually deceive them, man, completely by the means of those miracles, restaurants and theaters and fireworks and etc., which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And that's it. And it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So basically, you ain't going to be able to, you're going to be dead to a lot of things, let, de Blasio tell it. So that's basically it, man. I'm going to go ahead and, close this out. And this is another thing, little article right here, to prove that the working thing is real. Tyson's Food to require vaccinations for employees. See, Tyson's Food Inc. announced it is requiring all of its U.S. employees to be vaccinated by this fall. See, it says all company employees in Tyson offices will have to be vaccinated by October 1st, while other employees are to be vaccinated by November 1st, new employees will have to be fully vaccinated before their start date, according to the new release. You want to make money? You got to get this. So this ain't doing nothing but setting up the mark of the beast. It's almost identical to, to the times. It's amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I'm gonna give all honor, praise, and glory. Yahweh Bashmi Al Shah, Wahakadash Shakah. We ain't worried about nothing. You sell out. That's it. We ain't worried about nothing, man. We worried about the Lord. Let's see if I can get that scripture. This thing tripping, man. See that? What's that? Let me get a different one. Servant shall eat. But yeah, the Lord said his servant shall eat, man. I'm going to grab this one. Acts. Let's say Acts 5 and 4 and 28. Yep, it's Acts 4 and 19. It says, but Peter and John answered and said unto them, whether it be right in the sight of God to hearken unto you more, unto them, to hearken unto you more than unto God. You see? So, but Peter and John answered and said unto them, whether it be right in the sight of God to hearken unto you more than unto God. Judge ye. See that? So there it is. And the other one. Jump here real quick. Salaki. And the Lord said, don't get no pharmakia. So that's that, man. I don't care what you talking about. Yeah, Acts 5 and 29. That was it. Salaki. Then Peter, it says, then Peter and the others, I thought it was verse 30. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God the Most High, Yahweh Bashmi Al Shah, rather than men. You see? We ought to obey God rather than men. So we not, hey man, we not worried about the Lord said we gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? He said his servants shall eat. Grab these quick ones. Isaiah 65 and 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servant shall eat. You see, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink. You see, don't worry about no restaurants. We're going to be straight regardless. It says, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. All these people that, actually, fold and go for what the so-called white man telling them, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart and shall howl for vexation of spirit. That juice going to backfire on y'all, man. Anybody that take it, we not worried about eating. The Lord controls who eat.